April with me. So today what we're going to be working on is we're going to learn how to do come when called. So come when called is probably the most important command that our puppies learn. We want to make sure that they're safe no matter what. So every single time you call April or you call Dakota, you want to make sure that you have a yummy treat with you, okay? So a couple pointers for the come when called. When you're calling them, I want you to make sure to have a happy, excited voice. Even if you're angry, you need a happy voice. Because we have a tendency when we get angry or we get mad, we lower our voice and we say, Dakota, April, and then they associate that deep voice with them being in trouble. So we want to make sure that we have a happy, high voice, and we say, April, Dakota, nice, happy voice. Even if you're a guy, you gotta up that voice a little bit, make it a little bit higher, okay? Dogs have a tendency to like that high-pitched frequency voice. So, make sure your voice is nice and high, make sure you've got some yummy treats, and then what I want you to do is I want you to get down on their level. If you're down on their level, they automatically think that they're gonna get love and affection, which they will as soon as they get to you. They also think you're gonna have a treat, which you will. So, being down on their level kind of allows them to be up close and personal to you, plus they get excited because they get that love and affection and you're right there, okay? So I'm gonna call April and we're gonna see how this goes. Hey, April! April, come here, come here, good girl, good job. And when she gets to me, she gets love and affection and she gets that treat. She automatically ran over to me. A good place to practice this one is actually outside. If you guys have a nice long leash, otherwise you could go to Petco. They have like a 12-foot to up to a 20-foot leash. And if you don't have a fenced-in backyard or you want to practice at the beach, you can just practice going back and forth. And that way they can kind of get used to your voice, get kind of used to coming to you every single time you call because it's really important. April! April! Come here! April! Come here, good girl! Good girl! Yes, lots of love and affection. Good girl! Yeah! Good girl, April. Yes, good girl. Yes. So, you want to make sure that you have that happy high voice. If it helps, if they're further away, you can actually, make noise on your legs, make noise on the floor, clap your hands, whatever you need to do to get their attention. But you always want to make sure that you have a treat because that is going to really seal the deal. Even when you don't have a treat, after you guys practice for a while, they're going to think that you do and they're going to come to you even quicker, okay? So we want to make sure that we have treats whenever we go outside. April! Come here, April. Come here. April! April! Good girl. Good girl. And love and affection. Yeah. There's a good girl. There's a good girl. Yeah. April. Hey, come here. Come here. Where's a good girl? So, a game that you guys can play that I really, really like, it's not only for children, but if you guys want to do a game to practice is you can actually do hide and seek. So when you guys are at home, what I want you to do is when April and Dakota are kind of laying down, lounging, taking it easy, I want you to go and hide in your house. This is going to help them be able to listen and differentiate your voice between other voices. It gets them used to your voice when they call when you call their name. So you're going to go, hide wherever you want in your house, and then I just want you to start screaming their name. I want you to say, Dakota, April, April, Dakota, and then they're going to run and try to find you in the house. So this is super, super fun for them, plus it's a learning experience of them trying to figure out your voice and figure out where you are. So it's kind of a fun game. All right, she's distracted. Come here, April. April. Hey, off. Come here. Come here. Good girl. Want to do it? Oh, good girl. Yeah. So when you're doing the come when called, it's okay to practice with both of them, but you also want to practice with them one-on-one. Good girl. Yeah. You want to make sure that they each get their own 5 minutes each day of training. That way, they kind of are able to learn as an individual as well as a group. Yeah, that's a good girl. That's a good girl. She's so soft. All right. So I'm going to let her go get distracted, and then as soon as she's distracted, I'm going to call her back over. Oh, I didn't even come when called, but every single time she gets to you, she's gonna sit. April! Come here, baby. April! Good girl. Good girl. Yeah. So both April and Dakota need to work a little bit on their sit. They have a hard time just because they are so anxious and because, you know, they're in a new place with new people and new dogs, and they don't like to be separated from, you know, you guys or each other. So it makes it a little bit difficult, but they need to learn to sit. Come here, April. Come here. Come here. Good girl. Good girl. Can you sit? April. April, come here. April. Come here. Come here. Can you sit? Sit down. Good sit, April. Good girl. Good girl. All right, so she's a little bit more willing when I touch her, the top of her bottom, to just sit down, which is good. Come here, April. April. So as soon as I bring her back over here, I'm going to do the relaxation technique on her too, because I think both her and Dakota need a little bit of relaxation right now. Come here, Dakota. Or, come here, April. April. Come here, baby. April, come here. Come here. April. 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 Come here. Come on, baby. And now she's distracted. Come here. Come here. April. So hard when there are new people and new doggies and everything. Yeah. So I'm just rubbing her chest nice and circular motion, getting it going with her heart. Good girl. Got my soft voice going on, nice and soothing. Good girl. Good girl, April. Yeah. So like I said, this relaxation technique can help whether she's being really, really anxious or whether you guys are outside and she gets really excited. Good girl. Good girl. Alright, so this video was Stephanie and April, and we were working on the come when called. Remember, you want to have a nice, happy, excited voice. You want to make sure that you get down on her level to call her to come. Want to always have yummy, yummy treats. And got to make sure that you practice when you guys are outside as well as inside. So play this, you know, play the hide and seek game. Go outside, play in the backyard, get a long leash, have them go back and forth. They really got to get used to your voice and you calling their names. So make sure that you guys practice a lot with the come when called, and then practice the relaxation technique. Anytime they get really excited or really anxious, you can just start rubbing their chest, give them a nice rub down, talk soothing words. So this is Stephanie and April, and we were working on the come when called and the relaxation.